Hello and welcome to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to understand how to create Zoho CRM contact, add data in Google Sheets and send email from Webhook response. So let's say that every time I have received some response from any XYZ application, and here I have used a feature by Pabbly which is Webhook, so that if there is an application that is not natively integrated with Pabbly Connect, I can still capture the response with the help of Webhook. Now, once we have captured the response, then automatically with the response received, I want to create a user in Zoho CRM. The same data I want to add as a new row in my spreadsheet, and then I want to send an email to the new lead received via Gmail. To do this, I'll have to integrate these applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect. So here my trigger is Webhook by Pabbly. Then my action applications will be Zoho CRM, Google Sheets and Gmail. Now, to understand how you can integrate and automate this entire process yourself without the need of any coding skills, let's begin. So this here is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and you can reach here by clicking on the link which is given in the video description. If you are an existing user, simply sign in, and if you are a new user, then you can sign up. It's not going to take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now, once you reach the dashboard, on the right hand side, we have a tab Create Workflow. Click on this. This dialog box has appeared, and here you have to name your workflow. You can give any random name. I'm going to name it as that every time you receive a new Webhook response, then automatically you should be able to create a Zoho CRM contact with that information, add the same information in Google Sheets and send an email to the new lead that you have received. So here I'm going to click on Create. And as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now, triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the automated response of your trigger application. Now, let's understand this with the help of an example. So every time you swipe your card and the payment is made, then you receive a notification on SMS about the amount debited. Now, how does that happen? With the help of automation. In such a case, my trigger will be any payment gateway and my action application will be any SMS sending application. Now, once we have understood this, let's come to our use case. So here I'm going to receive response with the help of this feature which is Webhook by Pabbly. So let's say that any application which is not directly integrated in Pabbly Connect library. So there you can use this Webhook URL that you have received and you can paste it there in the application. So any application that supports Webhook, you can integrate that application with Pabbly Connect using Webhook URL. Now let's take an example of any application and assume that it is not directly integrated into Pabbly Connect library. So here I'm going to take the example of Pabbly Form Builder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this URL that we have just received, and now I'm going to take you to Pabbly Form Builder. Now here what do we have to do? On the left hand side we have this integration. Let's click on this, and here I'm going to create a webhook. Now this webhook URL that we have just received, I'm going to paste the same here and click on save. So here we can see that our webhook has been successfully placed. Now here in Pabbly Connect, it is saying that once you have added the webhook URL, you have to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So let's do this test submission now. So I'm going to take you back to dashboard. And here we are going to go to contact form. Let's click on share. And here I'm going to copy this link, open this in a new tab. And now here we are going to fill up this information. So let's say the first name here is Smart. The last name is Dummy89. Then we have the email address which is smartdummy89@pabblytudes.com. Then we have got the contact number. So let's say the contact number is this. Then we have the location. Let's say it is random city. Here I'm going to click on submit. And once this message has been submitted successfully, let me take you back to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the response here. And here we can see we have received the response. So this here is the form ID. Then we have the ticket ID. Here is the IP address. This here is the first name. Then we have the last name, email address, contact number and location. Now, once we have received this information, what is my objective? With this information, I want to create a contact in Zoho CRM. So my action application here will be Zoho CRM. Let's click on this. And the action event here will be to create a contact. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect wants to connect with Zoho CRM account. Here I have selected add new connection, connect with Zoho CRM. Now here we have to enter the domain. So here is my Zoho CRM account and you can see the domain is zoho.com. So here I'm going to copy this zoho.com and paste the same here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. And now here Pabbly Connect would like to access the following information. So I'm going to accept the same. And as we do that, here we can see that the authorization has been successful. So once this is done, now here we have to fill in this information. So the lead source here is what it is: an advertisement, cold call, employee referral, etc. So you've got a lot of options here. So here I'm going to write advertisement. Next, here we have to enter the first name. So as I click on this and go to the step, the previous step here, so you can see this here is the first name. Now let's do the same for last name. So this here is the last name. Now this method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time your workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I returned the same information manually, then it would have gotten static, and in that case, even when you had received some new response, it wouldn't have taken that. So to avoid such a problem, we map the information. Let's map the email address. So here is the email address. Then we need the title. So if you wish to add any title, you can do that. Department, phone number. So we have the phone number. Here it is. Then we need the fax, mobile number, date of birth, assistant phone, etc. Now all this information is not mandatory since this is just a test case. So I'm going to simply click on save and send test request. If you have this information, you can always map the information. Now here we have received the response that says that our integration here is a success. According to this, now this particular person must be added as a user, created as a user in Zoho CRM. Let's go and check the same. So here is Zoho CRM. Let's go to contacts. And here you can see Smart Dummy 89. This particular contact has been created on this and date. So this particular contact has been created. This here is the email address, phone number, and we have the created date and time. Now what is our next objective? I want to add these details in my spreadsheet. So I already have created this spreadsheet. The name is new leads, and here we have the following column fields: first name, last name, email address, and contact number. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to add my action step where the application will be Google Sheets. Let's click on this, and the action event here will be to add new row. Let's click on connect. And here we can see Pabbly Connect wants to connect with Google Sheets account. Here I have selected add new connection, sign in with Google. As we do that, here it is asking me to choose an account with which the spreadsheet is linked. So I have done the same. And now Pabbly Connect Sheets wants to access my Google account. So here I'm going to click on allow. As we do that, here you can see that the authorization has been successful. So once this is done, now here we have to select the spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet, and since there is only one sheet, so you can see that the system has already selected the sheet. Now let's map the data again. So this here is the first name, then we need the last name. Here is the last name, email address. So this here is the email address, and contact number. Here is the contact number. Let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the response. Let's go and check our spreadsheet. And yes, here you can see that we have received the information. Now what is my next objective? This new lead that we have just received, I want to send an email to this person talking about the successful registration. So here I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and add my final action step. And here the application will be Gmail. You can use any other application as well to send these emails. The action event here will be to send email. Let's click on connect. And here Pabbly Connect now wants to connect with Gmail account. Let's again select add new connection, connect with Gmail. Again we have to select the account, and finally we have to provide it the access. So I'm going to click on allow, and as we do that, here we can see that the authorization has been successful. Once this is done, now let's here map the email address of the recipient. So this here is the email address of the recipient. If you wish to add CC, BCC, you can do that. What is the sender's name? Let's say the organizer's name is Pabbly Connect. So I have written the same email subject. Here I'm going to write successful registration. Next is reply to. Then we have the email content type. This is plain. Then here we have the email content. So here I'm going to write dear. Now let's map the name of the person. So I have mapped only the first name, and here I am going to write, you have successfully registered with Pabbly Connect. Enjoy the latest updates on integration and automation. Regards, Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any specific file to be shared with the user, here you have to enter the file name, and here you have to add the attachment. I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the response. According to this, now the person must have received this email. Let's go and check the same. And here you can see that yes, the person has received this email. So this means that our integration is a success. Now let's do one thing. Let's check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Form Builder. And here I'm going to open this form once again. Let's say the first name here is strange, the last name is user, then we have the email address as strangeuser567@pabblytudes.com. Then here we have the mobile number, and then the location is random city. Let's click on submit. As soon as this message has been submitted, first I'm going to take you to Zoho CRM, and here I'm going to refresh the page. So once done, here you can see we have received our new user. Now I'm going to take you to Google Sheet, and you can see that the information has been embedded here. Let's take you to the email address of the person. Let's go to inbox, and you can see here that we have received another message. This has been addressed to strange. So this means our integration is a complete success, taking you back to Pabbly Connect. Let's quickly understand what we have done. So here our trigger was Webhook, which is a feature that helps you in integrating different applications which are not natively integrated with Pabbly Connect. Then we had our first action application as Zoho CRM, where we had to create a contact. Then it was Google Sheets, where we had to add the details of the new lead received. We had our event as add new row, and our final action application was Gmail, where the event was to send an email. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.